Welcome here to beautiful, sunny Sydney at Blacktown Tennis Centre. Major League Pickleball Australia action is set to commence. We are in for an awesome day. Epic action on the way. The Gold Coast Glory, the Brisbane Breakers, Sydney Smash and the Melbourne Mavericks. 32 elite players ready to go head-to-head in the pursuit of ultimate glory and a whole heap of prize money. Let's now take you across to our matchday commentators, Dylan and Michelle.
Once again, thank you so much for coming on down. Michelle, we have a lot of, these are the best players in the country about to go head-to-head. What are we expecting?
Well, I think it really depends on who's coming up, but lots of firefights. We've got 4 teams here, the Breakers, Smash, Glory, Mavericks. Each team has 4 females and 4 males, 8 players per team. 3 team events, $200K in prize money for 2023 MLP play format. Yeah,
spot on. And the events that we showed at UQ last time we did the Major League Pickleball Australia events were absolutely phenomenal. The rally scoring, obviously relatively new here in the Australian space. We are playing the 21 win by 2, and each match will have 4 games. I was having a chat to a couple of players earlier today and explaining that we play in matches here, not in sets, and that was quite a funny conversation. But double game order, we'll be doing the ladies first, as should be, and then men's followed by the 2 mixed. And if we have the tie game, we'll be going straight into the Dream Breaker. Whew, that'll be pretty exciting. That is a unique singles tiebreaker. So the Dream Breaker essentially has rally scoring once more. But the teams will disclose the player rotations, and each player rotates in for 4 singles points. Now, you and I both play singles, Michelle, but could you imagine playing for 4 points? How nerve-wracking would that be?
Oh man, the first serve when you hit it, I think it's going to be a little bit of a rough one.
Yeah. But the game that we're going to have on next for you all is going to be out of Sydney Smash and Melbourne Mavericks. Obviously, we are in Blacktown, which is just down the road from Sydney. Beautiful sunny day here, so the hometown, Sydney Smash, should be good to see. And I imagine we're going to have some great pickleball action. As I mentioned, we have the ladies on first. For the Sydney Smash, Captain Consistent himself, Mitchell Hargraves, leads the team. But we do have the ladies hopping on. I believe we're going to have the duo of Amelia Schmidt and Michaela Hayet. We just saw Amelia Schmidt play earlier today. Michelle, she did incredibly well. As someone that's covered many of the Australian tournaments, the duo of Schmidt and Hayet is incredible. What do you think we can be expecting? You've versed these ladies many times. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it looks like Schmidt might be taking the left side of the court with her 2-hand backhand. Very, very consistent, very good speed ups down the middle. We'll see how Michaela goes. She's got some really hard drives, and it's just very good, solid team defensively as well.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned as a team, right? So like for the Sydney Smash, those guys have got absolutely phenomenal lineup. Speaking of the Melbourne Mavericks, we've got a lot of players that are, I find the Mavericks, they're kind of like a bit of a mixed bag. You don't know what you're going to get out of it, but they're all tremendously good players. The ladies on court currently, we've got, these duo have played many games together from a different sport, believe it or not. So we've got Talia Saunders and Leona Quinn. And I think, to be expected, these ladies have played so many tournaments together, but they're very aggressive. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anything else you feel that you might see from the ladies in blue?
I feel that, so for the Mavericks, they've played quite a few tournaments together, which is good experience for them. They'll be coming in with a game plan, knowing what their strengths and weaknesses are. But you find that they'll play the slower game, I think, in comparison to the Sydney team. They have very quick hands as well, but I think they're a bit more patient with the dinks there.
Yep. And both ladies coming from a high-level badminton background, expect those smashes being aimed at the Sydney side. But the ladies are just warming up as we can see them on court. Obviously, the wonderful team in pink, the Sydney Smash hometown heroes, taking on the Melbourne Mavericks in the blue on the right side of court. But absolutely beautiful day here in Sydney, nice and warm. Wind isn't really a concern, but I don't think there's definitely no concern of rain or any of that jazz. But Michelle, as the ladies are warming up, what do we think? What can you expect from these sides? Like, we're not going to see anything too unorthodox. It's going to be pretty straightforward.
I think the Sydney team, they're going to come out really hot, really aggressive. We'll see how Mavericks handle it, and expect a lot of firefights in this match, I think.
Yeah, it's fair to say the net presence is definitely a strong suit for all 4 of these ladies on court. For the games that we saw earlier today, there was a lot of people opting for 3rd and 5th shot drops instead of driving. As we have Michaela Hayat popping on screen, dominant hand being right is absolutely, I don't think that's, she's good with her right-hander, but her double-handed backhand is incredible as well. No doubt we'll see plenty of that feature today. Talking about driving, do we think we're going to see many drives from Hayat and Schmidt today?
I think so. A little bit different in mixed, but I think in the women's game, we'll see Schmidt and Hayat hitting some hard drives and seeing how the Mavericks can keep up with that.
Yep.
Otherwise, then they might start dropping. So.
Yeah, fair call. And we got Leona Quinn on court. #Quinners. Leona's absolutely fiery contestant at the net. I personally believe she has the hardest smash in the Australian space, including the men's. She absolutely thumps the ball. So no doubt we'll see plenty of those popping up throughout play today. But you mentioned earlier you expect Leona and Talia to sort of play a little bit slower. Is that to cause those pop-up smash opportunities, or is it just simply trying to out-patience their opposition?
I think they have a tendency to play that game and the softer game and then wait for that little bit higher ball. Just because they play a bit more, I guess, traditional pickleball in that sense. But they're going against a team that's very, very aggressive. So I'm thinking that their gameplay will be to kind of slow it down and wait for that right point to speed it up and get in that battle.
Yeah, fair call. And it looks like our official for the game is going to be none other than David J, one of the top dogs here in Australia. He's just got the scorecards ready to bring the ladies in, no doubt to have a yarn with them all. But once again, thank you so much for all tuning in and coming and joining us here in Sydney. Absolutely perfect day, and we're going to have a great day's events going forward. And as I've called it, Official J has done exactly that. So it's just having a chat. These ladies know all the rules. They know what's going on. So I'd be curious to see who serves first, Michelle. A lot of tactics go into all of this. It looks like the ladies in pink are ready to go. You can see the captain of the Melbourne Mavericks over there, Aaron Blitz, just having a yarn with the ladies in blue, just making sure everyone's ready to go.
And we see Schmidt taking that left side. Watch out for her two-hand backhands.
And it looks like Quinn's taking the right-handed side as well. Both ladies in blue are both right-handed players. We're just waiting for Highlight Hayat to bring the ball in. She'll be serving first. Let's get underway, Michelle. 0-0. So the Mavericks taking the first points of the game there. We are playing with the rally scoring format, 0-1. Oh, net roll. That's landed in the kitchen. That would have caused a bit of chaos straight off the bat, Michelle, with one of those, but just landed a bit short, one apiece.
And that's a great shot by Leona there at the feet of Hayat. And there you see that Schmidt's two-handed backhand. And we've got our drive from Hayat. Just hits the top of the net. Oh, and Saunders with the smash.
Yeah, Talia taking that opportunity, popping it away. Oh, got Official J on court. I wonder what he's having a yarn with the ladies about. Okay, I think they're just confirming whether it was in or out. Looks like we're all good. A little bit of chaos on the court. The players recommenced. Currently 3 apiece. Do you get nervous at the start of a game, Michelle?
I've played quite a few games now, so after you hit the first ball, you kind of settle in.
Yep.
You just take it as any other game that you've done.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned, like, I think Michaela and Amelia, I don't know, they seem, they're so fiery, you know, like, and I imagine as we see Hyatt coming up the transition solid, that's just short. But I'm wondering, you know, maybe there are a bit of nerves there because we are so accustomed to just absolutely explosive play.
Especially with that pretty new partnership. They haven't really played too many tournaments together, so getting a feel with the other person.
Building that chemistry. Ooh.
Oh, and Hyatt just pushing, really aggressive.
Yeah, Saunders had that double and a backhand opportunity, just walloped it a bit too far there. Tied game once more, 5 apiece. Remember, we are playing the 21.
And Hyatt's drives seem to be working, letting her get up. Don't think she's hit a drop yet.
Yeah, I mean, Amelia Schmidt she's been in incredible form lately. So we can see Mickey's taken most of the balls. Speed ups there. Oh, rally.
What a great point. Great firefight.
And you talked about chemistry between the two ladies in pink. Oh, I
rally.
think they're quickly starting to
What a
mesh.
great
Like that
point.
there, they're both transitioning quite well. It's good play. Amelia Schmidt to serve. Keeping in mind Ooh. Do we call that an ace? Not really.
She touched it.
Either
So-
way, the Sydney Smash side will take it.
Yeah. Every point matters in this format.
Yeah, spot on. I do recall speaking to the players after the Major League Pickleball Australia event that we played at St. Lucia, and the players did really enjoy with the rally scoring format. It was a whole lot of fun.
Puts a lot more pressure on each point. That one just wide.
So do you reckon the play styles this early in the game, Michelle, have gone sort of to what you were expecting?
I think now that Schmidt and Hyatt have kind of settled in, they are being a bit more aggressive there. We aren't seeing too much dinking on the other side with Saunders and Tian. Looks like they're going to try and change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I did notice that as well. Bit of a switch. Three-point lead for the Sydney Smash so far. That's a serving error.
And sometimes just a little bit of a change, 1 point, can make such a difference and force an error.
Oh, nice pick up.
Oh, what a point.
Just relentless by the Sydney Smash there. Keeping the Mavericks back in no man's land. Pop on the 1-3. Well played.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks really need to get up to the net.
So we are at the halfway point of the game. So the players will swap sides of the court.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
Good.
Another lager. No booze, no worries.
Welcome back, and we're straight back into it. We got Amelia Schmidt serving now. The ladies in pink are on the other side of the court. Shootout immediately. Mavericks taking that one. Close game, Michelle.
Yeah, Saunders really using that two-hand backhand to her advantage. Really pulling it, getting it at Schmidt's left foot there.
Patience transition here for Melbourne Mavericks. Dink rally underway. Oh, well done.
And a great shot by Saunders. Right into that open space. Schmidt moving over to cover the backhand.
Yeah, Talia not mucking around. She does play quite aggressively at that net, as you mentioned earlier on. Taking that opportunity with that forehand roll. Pop up. There's that smash. Oh, what a rally. Oh, just short.
Seen a lot of two-hand backhands in this match.
I looked over at the crowd during that, and I could see everyone collectively holding their breath. Good stuff. Ooh, return error there for the paddle off of Saunders. Sydney Smash with a 3-point lead.
And the Sydney Smash seem to be targeting Saunders a little bit more. I think they want that aggressive play. They want Saunders to get in that firefight with them. Keon very solid, can kind of neutralize a point, and Hyatt maybe not too comfortable with doing some cross-court dinks here. It is working in their favor, however, so I'd keep it up.
Oh, I was going to say, are we about to see a timeout? That is indeed what we do see, as the players are going to go through and have a breather. Players are just having a breather as we see. But Michelle, we'll just stick around and have a look. We can see the players are just having a chat. We can see all of the Sydney Smash there on screen. Just on the left side, we had Alex Fairbanks here for the Melbourne Mavericks. You can see a Quinn there, but that's not Leona's back that we can see. That is her partner, Tan. He's a tremendous athlete. I call him the Ernie King here in Australia. He racks up a crazy amount of Ernies. Looks like our players are recommencing the court. Solid crowd here. As I mentioned earlier, it is very warm in Sydney. So our players and our spectators are opting to sit in the shade with a cool beverage in hand, and why not? We can get back underway. Currently 15. Amelia Schmidt serving.
Oh, and what a lead by Hyatt. Saunders just pushing that a little bit too much, not getting enough top spin on it.
So if you were in the side of the Mavericks, Michelle, strategy-wise, what would you be implementing? You're down by 6 points. We're playing to 21.
I think they have to maybe be a little bit more patient, slow it down. The Sydney Smash, they love the fast game. And when they're at the net, just give them, you know, a bit of a opportunity to slow it down and see if they make a unforced error.
Yeah, talking about unforced errors, we've unfortunately just seen one there for Quinn. Solid hands. Smash on the defensive right now. Aggressive transition to the net for the smash.
And the Mavericks getting fired up.
Yeah, that was close. I probably would have called that, let that go as well. That was very, very well done by the Mavericks. 5 points in it. Great return. Saunders really pushing Hyatt back here.
And anything can happen in this format. It takes a few points and you're up in a good position for some great competition.
Well, I mean, anyone that's played tournaments will know pickleball is definitely a game of momentum. Mavericks only need to get a couple of points on the board, and it will quickly change. However, for Michaela Hyatt and the Sydney Smash, should be looking to ensure that doesn't happen.
And a great lead by Saunders again.
That's 2 successful out balls in the last 2 minutes that she's let go. And we mentioned it earlier today, Michelle. Hardest thing to do is let those balls go out, especially in the middle of a firefight. Solid discipline there by Talia Saunders.
You have to be so disciplined when you leave those balls because they're coming right at you, usually at a spot that you want to smash it.
Yep.
But having that ability to leave the ball is basically a free point.
Michelle, I found in the last, since that last time out, Saunders seems to be resetting a lot more. She's playing a little bit more patiently. Do you find that's the case?
I think so. I think they're trying to slow it down, but they're getting tempted because Hyatt is speeding up most of the balls she hits.
So we now have a game point situation here for the Sydney Smash. Michaela Hyatt serving. Solid recovery. Oh, and they'll get it done.
And we've got game 1 to Sydney Smash.
Yeah. And the body check to finish it off. No love lost between all these ladies. We're going to go through to the gentlemen next. And it looks like we're going to have Tan Huynh and Lucas Pascoe of the Melbourne Mavericks hopping on for the side in blue. And the double H's, Ryan Henry, Mitchell Hargroves hopping on for the team in pink. We're still going through with the Sydney Smash and the Melbourne Mavericks. Game 1 going to the Smash if you're just tuning in. Now this should be a pretty fiery kind of game. We have a newcomer or someone that I didn't necessarily cast in the Major League Pickleball Australia event that we showed in Brisbane. But Ryan Henry, absolute gun. Ironically, he took on Mitchell Hargroves recently in a very major tournament here in Australia for singles, Michelle. And let me tell you, that was an incredible game to watch. So these gentlemen, despite facing each other for a gold medal recently, are now teaming up. You've played in some very high-level tournaments here in Australia. Do you ever find that you have to team up with your opposition and sort of build a relationship?
Yeah, it's quite interesting because oftentimes if you're playing for me, women's doubles, and then you play mixed, you're always playing people that you might see or be on the same side the day before. So you just have to buckle down. Even if your friend's off court, you gotta play the game.
Yep. No bridges burnt in pickleball because you never know who you could be playing with. Now on the side of Lucas Pascoe and Tan Huynh, I'm excited to see how these gentlemen duke it out together. Lucas Pascoe is in absolutely impeccable form at the moment. Probably one of the players to really watch for this entire event here in Sydney.
He's got a very good two-hand backhand flick. Very hard to read.
Yeah.
He puts so much top spin on it that it just, you think it's going out, drops right in.
Yeah, it's almost like it looks unorthodox or unnatural. It's like, how do you generate so much pace and topspin on the ball? But for Henry and Hargraves, they're both absolutely giants on the court. The camera probably doesn't do them justice, but they're very tall gentlemen, so good luck lobbing either of them. Incredibly fast hands. Henry, a very successful tennis player. Mitchell Hargraves, captain consistent, and also captain of the Sydney Smash. It's just a solid player all round. And we did just show Hargraves in the event before this. Played in a very good gold medal game. Ryan Henry is relatively new to the pickleball space here in Australia, but let me tell you, he is absolutely lethal on court. Incredibly fast hands. His driving prowess is next to none. And he's also a local player, repping one of the clubs here, Voyager. I think one thing that's tantalising for me, Michelle, is the prospect of Henry and Pascoe and Quinn going at it in a volley battle. We already know, Hargraves is so consistent. We know we're not going to see anything too unorthodox from him. But I think, believe it or not, the X factor here is Ryan Henry.
Yeah, I think he's a bit unknown at the moment, and it's going to be a bit interesting for the Mavericks here, see if they can figure him out. And on screen now, we have Tan Hyun, right-handed dominant, nicknamed the Crab, coming in at age 33.
I have never called Tan the Crab. I don't know. Who named that? Is that...
I think it's because he does a lot of the scorpion shots, so
yeah,
that might be why.
He does also, I guess he kind of looks like a goalkeeper on court too. He has his hands up ready to go. Incredibly athletic gentleman, Tan. Also a lovely guy. Expect plenty of fast-paced hands.
A lot of Ernies, maybe?
Yes. Yeah, I call him the Ernie King for a reason. He racks it up.
Very dynamic player on court.
But also, as we just had Leona Quinn on the court as well, they're one of the few married couples here in the Australian pickleball scene that frequently duke it out on the opens. And it's incredible to see them both play mixed. And how cool is that? How cool would it be to play in a Major League Pickleball Australia event with your husband or wife, significant other? Couple goals right there.
I find it the hardest when you're playing with your partner, so they're a great team on and off the court.
But I think, as I mentioned, X factors for the Smash being Ryan Henry. How do you think for Tan and Lucas? Like, obviously we know Lucas is going to go nuts. Do you find that Tan almost has to have a bit more of a supportive play style in this particular game?
I think with this partnership, I think that would be probably a better idea if Tan kind of takes that bit of a calmer role, doing the softer shots, because Pascoe, he's so aggressive.
Once again, official David Jage calling this game. And we are ready to go. Game underway, 0-0.
And already from the start, compared to the women's, you see third shot drop.
Well, we saw today during the men's events there was plenty of third shot drops, minimal drives. Do you think that'll be the case going forward for these gentlemen, or are we expecting a bit more of a drive, fiery play style from the gentlemen?
I think with the people on court right now, they're very aggressive, so you're going to see a lot of firefights, but they might be waiting for that ball just a little bit longer than we saw in the women's.
Mavericks looking consistent right now. Henry firing. Solid reset. Dean Crowley underway once more.
And there's the classic speed up by Pascoe.
Yep.
So low, and yet he still manages to get you caught off guard.
I imagine we're going to see that quite a bit, actually. I think Pascoe's going to go for Ryan Henry. That's a unique third shot drop there by Tan Nguyen. Recovery goes wide.
Sometimes you just have to get it over the court, over the net, and let your opponent hit another ball.
Oh, that's called wide. We'll see what the call is. Henry's looking at official. So, looks like the call is confirmed out. That is the case.
It's getting a bit windy. I think Tan's having a little bit of trouble with his thirds at the moment.
That's straight down the middle. Mavericks will bring it in again. They got a 3-point lead. This is exactly what they'll be looking for too after the loss in the women's category for the Mavericks. Fifth shot drop is good. Transition solid. Huynh firing up. Gets it done. Good hands by Tan.
Oh, a little bit of mishit there. They've got a funny bounce on that one.
Clipped the top of the paddle. Lucas normally very reliable with his transitions to net.
Ooh, and it's called out. The
I
Mavericks being very aggressive. Speeding up a lot, most of the balls.
Couple of points here for the Smash. They've nearly tied things up. Communication error there on the side of the Mavericks. Both gentlemen going for the ball. I think Hargraves and Henry will be happy with this last couple of minutes, Michelle. They've definitely bounced back into it.
Ooh, a bit unlucky with that one there. And I guess that's the beauty of the format we have here. It can change in an instant.
Oh, look at the hands go. The Smash winning that exchange. Oh, he threatened the Ernie. There's that crab walk. Still can't get over that nickname. Smash winning the volley battle. 1 point lead.
And a great leave. Sydney Smash coming back. Now they're ahead 2 points.
And that's 11. The players will go have a breather.
Discover a community designed for over 50s that lets you do you.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good. Another lager. No booze, no worries.
Welcome back. Once again, thank you to Heaps Normal. It's a non-alcoholic craft beer, real beer without the hangover. Too good to be wasted. We are straight back into things here with the Smash. Solid transition to net. We'll speed up. And the Mavs firing there, Michelle. After that brief little breather, no doubt strategies and whatnot would have been implemented. Do you think we're going to see anything too different here?
Well, it's quite interesting that I find that the Sydney Smash there targeting Pasco a little bit more than you'd normally see.
Yep, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Non-stop pressure from Henry, just driving of the balls.
Yeah, classic ex-tennis player. Bit of a banger. But I mean, if it's getting you points, why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and a great spot there. Very difficult shot to get away with when you're defending the chicken wing spot, as we like to call it.
We could see that Hargraves was practicing his swing. It looked like he got jammed up a bit, all time threatening an Ernie.
Oh.
Lapse of communication there from Pasco and Quinn. I have to say, Lucas has been pretty quiet, actually. I thought he'd be a lot more involved.
Yeah, I agree. He's been quite passive.
Good hands by Henry. Pop up.
And that ball that Tan just hit there, usually Pascal would come back and get ready to hit that ball. But it looks like maybe they're working on that middle there. Bit of confusion sometimes.
Ryan Henry and Mitchell Hargraves in cruise control right now, playing some very solid pickleball, minimal errors. Piling on the pressure for their opposition. We have a timeout here, it looks like, for this duos. Lucas Pasco and Tan Huynh from the Melbourne Mavericks. They're going to have a breather. Speaking of the Melbourne Mavericks, we have to thank Franklin, being one of their major sponsors, as well as Halcyon Stocklands. These events simply do not occur without a wonderful sponsors getting involved. Franklin sports balls are designed with superior durability and consistent quality for peak performance every time you play. Elevate your game with the best in the business, and they are the official ball of Pickleball Australia here. We use them all the time, the X40s. That's what we've got on court currently. Players recommenced. Henry bringing it in. Ooh.
Got a bit of a restart now.
Yeah, Henry served the ball without the official calling the score beforehand. Even the pros could make fundamental errors, Michelle.
Happens to the best of us.
Yep. Speaking of the best, the gentleman in pink. Oof. I was about to compliment Mitchell, and then he goes and drives into the net, so I'm going to be quiet. Speed up.
Oh, and Pascal got that ball that he wanted, but just couldn't finish it.
And we were talking about his double-handed backhand earlier today. That's the shot that he normally would make. So I don't know.
Might be the wind today. It's picking up quite a bit, but it's on and off, so hard to read.
Yeah, a bit all over the place. But you know what they say, the best players can play in any conditions.
Oh, and that's a great drop by Pascal. Really putting the pressure on Hargreaves to hit a good shot.
Cross-dink rally here between the gentlemen. And I'm seeing, Michelle, a lot of front-on dinking from Pasco to Henry. What do you think your logic is there?
Well, I think Hargreaves he's very comfortable on that left-hand side doing back and cross dinks with Pascoe, and maybe Henry is a bit more aggressive and wants that firefight, so when you're on the face on, he might not be as comfortable with the dinks there.
We have to say this is a tremendous comeback here for the Mavs. Speed up. Too good by Henry.
Pascoe seems to be trying to dink it with Hargreaves and then catch Henry off guard and kind of force an error with the dink. But when he gets his hand on that higher one there, it's unstoppable.
Yeah, speaking of unstoppable, the gentlemen in pink are currently in a game point situation here. Would force a 2-0 lead. They get it done.
To the Sydney Smash.
Yep, Mitchell Hargraves, Ryan Henry securing the victory for their side. Sydney Smash now have a 2-0 lead. We'll be going on through to the mixed games, Michelle. We do have to thank Sydney Smash sponsors SwitchBoard and also Engage Pickleball. Engage also being the official paddle here of Pickleball Australia. A ton of our players love and use them. So we're going through to the mixed action, Michelle. What do you think the logic is, or what discussions do you think you have in play? Because obviously for mixed, right, they get to pick who they play with. Because there's 2 ladies and 2 men on each side, and it looks like we can see Saunders and Pascoe starting to warm up on their side. What discussions do you think have come in play? Like, would you pick one of your, like, would you just play one really strong team and one weaker side, or is it you kind of want an all-round side? What would you think in this regard?
Well, I think because you have Leona and Tan, their husband and wife that play together all the time, very comfortable with each other. I'd lean towards keeping them, you know, on the same court, just because when you're playing good players that can make use of any little mistake or error that's a ball's length away, it really makes a difference. So keeping that with the Mavericks there, and then Pascoe and Saunders, I think they're going for a bit more of an aggressive team. Looks like they're playing Hyatt and Henry, so it'll be a bit of a firefight this one, I feel. But in mix, it's always interesting because, you know, you target the women, and traditionally you'd have that cross-court dinking if everyone's right-handed, and with the new players that are being a bit more aggressive, they tend to go at the male in front of them, so gives for good pickleball. Hard to call this one, though.
I agree. I was just thinking about that. I think because you are right in that the gentlemen are normally the initiators. So we just had Ryan Henry play very well. Like I thought Lucas Pascoe was going to take it to him, and he said, "Dylan, you don't know what you're talking about." So he put me in my place. But the ladies, right? So Michaela Hyatt, Talia Saunders, don't be surprised if they're the ones that are engaged the volley battle. They both have tremendous hands at the net, as we saw during the ladies' game. Currently got Talia Saunders on court warming up. Speak of the devil, she coming out of South Australia, absolutely phenomenal player with strong hands as well. So would you say that you're going to expect more play from the ladies in this mixed event, Michelle?
I'd say that it will start like that. I find in mixed, Pascoe tends to insert himself quite a bit. He's very aggressive, speeds it up at the player in front of him, usually the female. In women's, we saw that Hyatt would actually speed the balls up across court at Saunders. Not sure if she'll keep that up, just because Pascoe with a pretty good reach there and can come in and maybe put away that shot if she does, but we'll just have to wait and see how these guys play it out.
Yeah, solid analysis. I think either way, it's going to be, as you said at the start, going to be a very fiery, mixed game. This is a must-win for the Melbourne Mavs. I mean, they've lost the last two. And unfortunately for them, I swear, does everyone in Sydney Smash just their last name start with H? We've had Hargraves and Hyatt, and now we've got Henry and Hyatt. But I think it's fair to say the pressure's on Saunders and Pascoe.
I think Saunders just has to play solid, keep the ball in play, and hopefully Pascoe, you see that more aggressive side of him, because I think they really need this, and they need his aggressiveness to pull a win on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I find that Pascoe was almost too shy, almost, in that last game. He just didn't seem to engage or initiate those volley battles that we know him for. A lot of front-on dinking towards Henry, and that double-handed backhand that he's renowned for just didn't seem to fire. So
yeah, it was quite uncharacteristic of him, that last match. So we'll see if they change it up.
And our official Jay just making sure that everyone's all good. Former International Rugby League referee, one of the best in the business. We're lucky to have him. Michaela Hyatt will be bringing it in first for the Sydney Smash. 0-0. Let's get underway. Henry serving.
Oh, and the ATP potential, but just getting the trickle off that net. Saunders hitting quite a few balls to Henry here. And you see that cross-court speed up or banging it with Hyatt and Saunders going.
Yeah, it's a very strong start here for Sydney Smash. That one goes long, however. Quite an aggressive start for the players in pink.
And Hyatt really just going down the middle there. Pascoe's not really covering it. Saunders having to do her two-hand backhand.
Yeah, young man, I don't know. Maybe the lights are too bright. That one there goes wide for Hyatt. Oh no, called in. Okay. Disregard that, Michelle. I thought that went wide.
Oh, and we got our first lob. I think they're trying to change anything really because they're struggling a little bit with the Mavericks.
I think they need to make a change. I think that's pretty obvious. See Saunders looking a little bit flustered right now, and Hyatt is getting a lot of the ball, but it's working. Henry has had minimal of the ball, but he doesn't need to be super involved if his partner's dominating. Unfortunately, that one goes long.
Yeah, at the moment, Henry and Hyatt, they're doing really well to ice out Pascoe.
Yep.
And we have a timeout. Bit of a breather.
Yep. Teams will have a quick rest, reassess some strategies. I think the Sydney Smash be very comfortable with themselves right now. They're playing tremendously well. Once again, we have to thank Engage for sponsoring the Sydney Smash. Top-notch paddles manufactured in the USA. Once again, thank you to all of our international viewers that are coming in, watching us from around the world. Get to watch some of Australia's and also New Zealand's best. We have a couple Kiwis in these sides. Also have to thank SwitchBoard for getting involved with the Sydney Smash as well. Melbourne Mavericks sponsored by Stockland, Halcyon and Franklin as well. It looks like the players have recommenced the chord. We can get stuck back into it. Michaela Hyatt to bring it in, 8-3.
Sydney Smash really running away with it at the moment.
Double bounce.
Great hustle. But you can see that Henry came over on that one. And he is taking those backhands for Hyatt. Whereas you see that on the other side, Pascoe isn't really coming over.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Talia is copping a lot of the balls right now. And I mean, Pascoe is very young too. So if you're playing with a young superstar, you know, how do you get them involved in the game? Like, what kind of words of encouragement would you recommend for the Melbourne Mavericks at this point in time, Michelle?
Well, I think it's different for each person, but Pascoe, he's very calm on court. I think you maybe get a bit of energy in him to get him fired up. Oh, we've got a great shot by Hyatt there. But I think the important thing for Saunders is
ready to discover a lifestyle designed for over 50s that lets you do you? Then you're ready to discover a Stockland Halcyon community. Be inspired in your new home with high quality finishes in a community filled with resort quality facilities that lets you unleash your passions. Whether it's relaxing with new neighbours that have become good friends or travelling on a whim, knowing your community is secure. With no stamp duty, no exit fees, and no worries. There's more time for you to do you. Discover a Stockland Halcyon community today.
And we're back with Henry to serve. As I was saying before, Dylan, I think Saunders, if she's struggling, she really needs to get Pascoe. Just say, it's okay. You can hit these balls for me. Take them. Release some pressure. And Henry with a great smash. You see his tennis coming in through there.
Yeah, it's a great smash. I actually don't mind the lob from Saunders though. Like we've been saying that their playstyle isn't necessarily working right now. Saunders trying to mix it up. There's good from Pascoe. That's what we need. Playstyle isn't necessarily working right now. Young man needs to fire up. There's good from.
And that's a good take, and he really covered that line because Hyatt can really get that down the line with her two-hand backhand. I guess it's really hard for the men in mixed. You want them to cover most of the court.
It's promising sides here for the Mavs. They, despite that transition error there from Saunders, you would rather them make a mistake trying. You know, they're just
Exactly.
losing the battle of attrition right now with the smash.
Great lead by Saunders there. It's just so easy to hit that, but if you leave it when such a couple feet out there,
That's just discipline. Smart play. No need to risk it. Oh, well done. Mickey Hyatt flying through the air. I call her the highlight for a reason. She's playing really well, actually. Let's talk about that. Hyatt has made like no mistakes for both the games that we've watched.
she's on fire. She's just putting the pressure on and gets all the balls back. She's playing very well offensively, defensively. Very hard to pass her at the moment.
Yeah, I would say that she's probably running at like what? She's probably received 75% of the balls throughout this game anyway, and like we were saying, minimal mistakes. That sails wide there for Pascoe.
And it makes it so important. You really have to be a solid player on the right. Makes it a little bit easier for the men to come in when they'd like.
(10-16). Pascoe recovering.
Well, that was a great angle by Henry there. Making it very difficult for Pascoe to get a good shot off.
He's just so tall. He just has tremendous arm length, Ryan Henry, as he's driving here.
Makes it hard to pass.
Pascoe poaching. Whoa! That's called out. The gentleman firing up.
This is where you see the men just having to cover so much court when they start the firefights, and that one just sailing a bit wide. Oh, and there you see his two-hand backhand flick. Great spot. Very difficult to defend for Hyatt.
Lucas has hit more balls in the last 30 seconds than he has the entire game, and the Mavericks need that. He needs to get involved. Talia's done a pretty admirable effort, fight against Hyatt and Henry by herself basically, but yeah, Lucas is really frozen out. It's good to see he's trying to actively get himself in the game.
Oh, and a great speed up by Saunders, but just couldn't put that one away. I was hoping that Pascoe would come over and take that one on his forehand.
Yeah, well, Talia engaged the volley battle there, but Ryan Henry too good in the end. It's a good shot there for Saunders. Tuck it into the corner of the kitchen, or as I call it, the pantry. Well placed. Lucas Pascoe to serve, 13-19. Remember, we are playing for 21.
Oh. And Henry's just too quick at the moment with Pascoe trying to come over and get the hand battle started.
Well, it's a tricky balance, isn't it? Like, we want him to poach a little bit more, but then he can't overdo it. You know, Henry seizing the opportunity there. Game opportunity, or game point opportunity rather, for the Sydney Smash right now.
That's a great shot by Saunders. Henry's expecting that down the line from Saunders at the moment, so she really needs to keep up with the cross court. Oh.
That's a serving error, but the Smash are frozen on the 20 point. They can only score the winning points when they're serving. So have another chance. Oh, what a recovery. We have a switch here on the side of the Mavs, and they get it done.
Good movement on court there.
Sheesh, tremendous running there, Michelle. That was crazy. If Mavericks are going to mount a comeback, now is the time. That sails long. Yet to bring it in, and this is to force a 3-game lead for the Sydney Smash.
Oh, we've got a drop by Saunders. Very smart play there. I like it.
Yeah, recognise the momentum from Hyatt. She was leaning back a little bit there. Talia's been playing for a while though. She's got a solid read of the game. We might have a ball on court call here from our official Jay.
And we've got a ball rolling.
I was watching that wondering, oh god. That could have ended poorly. Regardless, we will have a reset or a replay. Oh no, we're going to have a timeout. Disregard that. Okay, so what I think's happening here, Michelle, is because the players are frozen position-wise, I think Henry was just asking whether he could swap sides with Michaela, to which our official Jay said that could not be the case.
They could stack though with Hyatt hitting the ball and then Henry coming over.
Yeah, either way, it's a mighty comeback that we're watching right now. Mavericks have pulled it out. 2 points in it, and this is the freeze right now, okay? So Sydney Smash can't score unless they're serving. Makes these games so close. Sydney Smash will be doing whatever they can to score the point here. Pressure is quickly mounting on them. They would like to get it done if they can.
Oh, very confident lead with Saunders in that one. Got a close game.
Let's go poaching. Getting it done. We have a tight game, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. What a comeback for the Mavericks here. Tremendous effort.
See the team on their feet, cheering their teammates on.
Yeah, high pressure pickleball. We will keep on going until one side gets a 2-point lead. Saunders to bring it in.
Oh, and what an attack by Pascal. He's really bringing it now.
How crazy is this? We now have a game point here for the Mavericks. This is a do or die game. They must get the victory. Down by so many points, and they take the victory. Tremendous effort for Talia Saunders and Lucas Pascoe, Michelle.
This is a great comeback. Good push on their end. At the end of the day, that's what happens with the MLP.
Yep.
Well done. We get to see another match.
Yeah, incredible efforts there from Pascoe and Saunders to pull out the victory, and that is the power of the freeze, I suppose. So what that forces, ladies and gentlemen, is the Mavericks are still very much in it. They have a chance to bounce back. As it's a 2-1 lead so far to the Melbourne Mavericks. And we're going to have the married couple, Leona and Tan Huynh, playing for the Mavericks. It's going to be an exciting one to go ahead with. Using the wonderful Yola nets for this event. The official paddle and net sponsor of Major League Pickleball Australia. And it looks like this is going to be a very tough game for the Mavericks. However, they are up against arguably the top male and top female players in Australia, Mitchell Hargraves and Amelia Schmidt. Amelia has been slowly getting a nickname around the country, Michelle, as the Australian Anna Lee. Big shoes to fill.
Oh, yeah. But she's working on that two-hand backhand.
I think her form lately is just tremendous. Schmidt, she won the Triple Crown in the Australian Pickleball Championships. She nearly took the Triple Crown again in an event we had last weekend, a large tour at one of our states here in Australia. So she's in tremendous form. So we know how good Hargreaves and Schmidt are. Do you think it's fair to say the game will be decided on Tan and Leona, like how they perform?
I think so. I think they're a solid team, and when they're on, they're very good and play some of the best pickleball in Australia. But if they can keep it together and keep their consistency and energy up, they have a pretty good chance here against Hargreaves and Schmidt.
I think Schmidt and Hargreaves, they're just going to be reliable, minimal, like we saw Hayat last game, incredible effort. Here we have Amelia warming up on screen, as we can see her. One of the young guns here for the Australian scene. But absolutely dominant, and like I said, I basically call every game in Australia here for all the tournaments, and she's won a lot of them. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, she is definitely one to keep an eye on. If you are interested in the Australian pickleball scene, no doubt you would have seen her name on many gold medals. Once again, we have Leona Quinn warming up as well. I think, Michelle, from your point of view, we mentioned the difference of the last game was in the mix was the ladies, and Talia did really well defending-wise until Lucas could sort of take over the game, but Michaela was on fire. Do you find we're going to see a similar play style in this game between Leona and Amelia?
I think that Leona, she might play a bit softer because she knows that Schmidt is quite consistent with their fast games and enjoys that fast speed there, and just kind of maybe wait for Tan to speed it up, because he can be quite aggressive and cover a lot of court, and with her experience that they've played together so many times, she really just has to be solid and trust Tan to finish the points there. It'll be interesting to see Schmidt, because she hasn't really hit too many balls today, being iced out on court.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. But, I mean, the problem that the Mavericks have is that if they're going to freeze out Amelia Schmidt, then they have to hit it to Mitchell Hargreaves. Arguably, if he is not the #1 male player in Australia, he is definitely #2. He is tremendously good, the captain of the Sydney Smash. And we can see it looks like he's going to take the right side of the court with that forehand priority. If you were up against Amelia and Mitchell, would you be trying to freeze out one of the players, or is it just focus on your own game?
I'd probably definitely freeze out Hargreaves. Hit a lot more to Schmidt and sometimes kind of keep him honest, but start out like that.
Final game underway, 0-0. Ernie,
Whoa.
not to beat.
And they want to go for the Ernie and then Tan. They're quite an explosive team right here.
Yeah, that's classic from Tan and Leona. We very much expect to see solid footwork. They move around the court quite a lot. Good hands.
Leona going behind Hargreaves quite a bit at the start here.
Maybe trying to open them up a little bit for the smash down the middle.
I think so, yeah, because they'd expect them to go to Schmidt.
Pop up, Schmidt with the smash, too good.
And sometimes we have that strategy where you try and hit to the men on their backhand, because then you wanted to get the cross-court dink going and get your partner involved as well. It's very hard for the men there if they're not hitting any balls at all, and then they're expected to finish a point.
Mitchell Hargraves, the ball in hand, 3-0 lead so far to the Sydney Smash, game 4.
Oh, she was there.
There was a couple polite pop-ups. We have a timeout here on the side of the Mavericks. Players are having a breathe up. We have to thank all of our sponsors once again. We are down here at the Blacktown Leisure Centre in Sydney. For all of our local Sydney-siders, if you are in the area, I highly recommend coming on down. Going to watch some absolutely elite pickleball this weekend. We have to thank Major League Pickleball Australia for showcasing all of our great players. It's been a good time. Sydney Smash definitely in the driver's seat right now. Stockland Halcyon, Franklin Sports being the major sponsors for Melbourne Mavericks. And they'll be cheering on their side to bounce back here early on in this game 4. Schmidt to bring it in, 4-0. The ball looked like it fell asleep on the top of the net there, Michelle. It sat there for a long time. Speed up. Quinn too good.
That was great play there. Great coverage on court by...
And that started from that. Leona punched it to the backside of Mitchell Hargraves.
Yeah.
Was the pop-up. Good hands, reset. Ooh.
Ooh,
Reset.
Leona getting fired up on court.
I love to see it. Like, Tan Huynh has some of the best hands in the Australian pickleball space. Amelia Schmidt doesn't care, takes him on anyway. It's great to see. Hargraves jumping in for his teammates. That's an unfortunate error. Can't be making mistakes like that, especially in such a crucial game.
Oh, and a great smash by Tan.
Yep, got on that ladder, climbed up high.
That's where that
Quinn.
badminton comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, tremendous vertical, got the job done.
And a lot of pressure would be on the Mavericks at this moment because it is a must-win game for them again. So, you know, sometimes you get those errors. Just need to take a bit of a breath. Oh, and you get the wind just blowing in.
That was wild. Just pushed over to the other side of the court. 5-8. But as we mentioned earlier, it's not exactly consistent. It's just every now and then you'll get a strong breeze coming through. Doesn't work in their favour that time, though.
Yeah, it's not consistently coming in, but it does seem to be coming from the Sydney Smash to the Mavericks coming this way at the moment.
Yeah,
But it
currently
does
right
seem
to left
to-
the screen.
Oh, a bit of miscommunication on that one.
For any of our married couples watching right now that have been on court with their significant other, you've been there. You know what they're going through. Tan and Leona will bounce back. And we have a change of sides. The Smash here have a lead. We're going to bounce into a commercial break. Welcome back. Straight back into it, Hargraves serving. 11-5. Schmidt attacking. Well played by Leona there. I don't feel like there's been much freezing going on in this game, Michelle.
No, everyone's been pretty involved. Oh, we
well
got
played.
some great defending, and what a drop by Mitch Hargraves.
Yep, crested in the corner.
I think both teams right now, they're just trying to move the players around, get an opening.
Well, they're also athletic. Like, everyone can cover the court very quickly.
Oof, what a reset.
That's
Oh,
good.
what a finish by Mitch Hargraves. That is a beautiful shot right there.
Yeah, top spin applied, got the job done.
Really took the pace off it to make sure it stayed in. Schmidt won't be happy with that one.
No, that's a rare driving error there by Schmidt. Still, though, they have a 5-point lead right now. It's up to the winners to bounce back.
Oh, and great hands by Leona there. Hargraves wasn't expecting that one to come back at his feet. She really got that down and just took the pace off.
Yeah, you can almost see Schmidt is definitely opting to be a bit more across court with Leona, but Leona seems comfortable in. That's a
Whoa.
tremendous shot by
What an
Hargraves.
angle.
But it does seem like Leona's comfortable with, you know, front on linking towards Hargraves as well. Mitchell Hargraves, though, you mentioned opening up angles earlier. He's had a couple of shots in the last 30 seconds with...
Yeah, he's being really disciplined with taking that pace off and working on the angle rather than
The
power.
poach.
Oh, Mitch Hargraves running off court on that one.
That's a captain's point. Raising the morale of his side. Puts the poach away. Beautifully done.
And the crowd's loving it.
There might be a bit of bias in the hometown crowd, Michelle. I don't
Only a
know.
little bit.
Either way, highlight play. Well done to Hargraves. Oh, Schmidt.
Oh.
How good were those hands by Leona? I thought she was in trouble. She proved me
Yeah.
wrong. Well done.
Mavericks are still staying in it though. They're creeping up points one by one.
Yeah, if we can compare it to the last mixed game that we saw, an absolutely outrageous comeback. I don't think it's the same in this particular game. The Mavericks are within, you know, they're within arm's reach. They still got to get some work done though. Oh, what a transition for the Quins. And they opt to slow it back down. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's gone wide.
What a point.
Tan Quinn looking like a contortionist there. I don't know how he was hitting the ball.
Lots of those scorpion shots, maybe that's
Yeah.
why they call him the crab.
Yeah, there's the crab. There you go.
On full display. Oh,
Really nice drop there by Hargraves, forcing the error up. Now we saw that the freeze on the 20-point was so important in the last game. Do you think that'll be lingering in the back of the mind of the Sydney Smash players, considering how much it affected their teammates?
Yeah, for sure. I think they just got to stay focused and. Oof.
Well, we're about to find out. as the Sydney Smash are now in a match point. Just to take the victory over the Melbourne Mavericks. Amelia Schmidt with ball in hand. Oh, they'll get it done.
And Schmidt getting that two-hand backhand. What a finish. Well done. Great match to watch.
Yep, the Smash just too strong in the end there, Michelle.
And the Sydney Smash has playing victory here on the main court. Give it up for Amelia Schmidt and Mitchell Hargrave. And give it for Australia as well.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good. Another lager. No booze, no worries.
Ready to discover a lifestyle designed for over 50s that lets you do you? Be inspired in your new home with high-quality finishes and relax in a resort-style community with no stamp duty or exit fees. There's more time for you to do you. Ready to discover a lifestyle designed for over 50s that lets you do you? Then you're ready to discover a Stockland Halcyon community. Be inspired in your new home with high-quality finishes in a community filled with resort-quality facilities that lets you unleash your passions. Whether it's relaxing with new neighbours that have become good friends or travelling on a whim, knowing your community is secure. With no stamp duty, no exit fees and no worries. There's more time for you to do you. Discover a Stockland Halcyon community today.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good. Another lager. No booze, no worries.
And how many years has it been for you now since you picked up Knuckles paddle? An awesome journey. Wish you all the best of luck today here along with the Melbourne Mavericks. Thank you very much. Not too far away from the middle game here at our main court. If you want to get involved, make sure to start stretching when we're up right now. There are prizes up for grabs.